sides in a war? For example, in the war on terror, is God on the side of U.S. troops, would you say?
Well, you know, I always remember Abraham Lincoln when, during the Civil War, he said, we shouldn't be asking whose side God is on, but whether we're on his side. And I think that's the question that all of us have to ask ourselves during any battle that's taking place, whether it's political or military, is are we following his dictates? Are we advancing the causes of justice and freedom? Are we our brother's keeper, our sister's keeper? And that's how I measure whether what we're doing is right.
The president talks a lot, as you know, about sort of good versus evil in war. Do you agree with that?
Well, I do think there's evil in the world. I think that when planes crash into buildings and kill innocents, there's evil there. I think violence and cruelty, wherever it's perpetrated, expresses evil in the world. And I think that all of us have an obligation to speak to that and act against that forcefully. There have been times in our history where that requires that we take up arms. I think that the Civil War was a just war. I believe that defeating fascism and ensuring that Europe was liberated was the right thing to do. What was also interesting about Lincoln, though, during the course of the Civil War was his recognition that simply because we've engaged in something just doesn't mean that there aren't times where we may act unjustly. Abu Ghraib obviously is something that all of us should be ashamed for, even if you were supportive of a war. I believe Guantanamo, the decision to detain people without charges, is unjust. And so the danger of using good versus evil in the context of war is it may lead us to be not as critical as we should be about our own actions.